Hi guys and welcome back to Scrybe Gaming. I'm your man Scrybe and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Okay, so we are going to pick up where we left off with our how to make it free to play guide, and today's topic of discussion is going to be mod farming. Now this is an important one guys, so buckle in, let's get into it. Okay guys, so mod farming is both an incredibly complex and an incredibly important part of Galaxy of Heroes. Now, I've said this many times in videos beforehand, but characters and meta teams are temporary, but mods are eternal. Okay, the difference between climbing to the top ends of the arena is usually not so much do you have the most meta team, which is important, it's more about how good are your mods to go hand in hand with those teams. As soon as a meta is no longer viable, you can take those mods off and apply them where they are best suited. So farming your mods and keeping on top of them and constantly working on them is incredibly important, especially as a free-to-play player. So we have to make sure that when we look at farming our mods, we are doing it properly. So, if we think about it, there are a couple of sections that we could break this video up into. One would be, how do we get the mods? Two would be, which mods do we slice? And three, and I think this deserves a separate segment, would be which mods do we take to 6A or 6D+. And we're going to get into each of those in this video. So first and foremost, if we were to look at how do we go about farming mod, there are a couple of ways of doing it, of course. Now, the most clear and obvious one is going to be mod challenges. Now, this will use your mod energy, as you can see up here, and essentially inside you will have access to the different sets that you can have of various mods. So you've got your health, defense, crit damage, crit chance, tenacity, offense, potency, and speed. Now, all of these mod sets have their place in the game. However, certain mod sets have a higher priority or should have a higher priority for you. Now, I would always suggest that speed mods are the most important. Okay, it's not as important as it used to be. It used to be the be-all and end-all of all modding forever, more or less, is having speed set mods with fast speed secondaries. However, with the advent of relics, other mod sets have come to fruition, shall we say. They've become more relevant in the game. However, if we were to break this down and make it incredibly simple, I would suggest just focus on farming your speed mods, potentially offense, potentially crit chance and crit damage mods. Those are your primary, most important mod sets to farm. Now, apart from mod challenges, you can also get your mods from the mod store. Now, I will apply a few caveats to this, guys, and it's really going to be down to yourselves as an individual about whether or not you think a mod from the mod store is worth it. But one thing I would say is that farming mods from the mod store is incredibly expensive. So you can see it will take a good chunk out of your regular credits as well as your fleet credits. So think wisely before dropping money on it. Because as you can see, up to 2 million for a fleet credit mod and 3 million plus for anything that uses regular currency. So make sure that you have the funds available. If you find yourself in a credit crunch, this is probably not an ideal place to farm your mods. The other thing I would say about farming mods from here, and this is just the way that I do it, and it might not apply to you, is I will only look at the gold and the purple mods from the mod store. Those are the ones that I will check out and I'll see, hey, does this have any viability? Second thing I would look for, the only mods that I buy from the mod store will have a speed secondary. Excuse me, will have a speed secondary. However, I will not purchase any mod that has got only 3 speed on its speed secondary. Now you might think I'm being a little bit anal about that, and you're probably right, but I get so disappointed when I roll a speed secondary mod with a 3 speed and I end up with like 9 speed after 3 rolls. It's just depressing, guys, and I've got to do something to save my sanity. So I ignore everything with 3 speed. Anything above a 3 speed secondary that is either a purple or a gold mod, I buy instantly. So if we were to have a look through here, I won't bother with this. We'll check this health mod. I bought this already. Look at that. It's got 5 speed secondary. It's also got an offense secondary. So that's got 2 good secondary stats on a square, which obviously already has offense primary. To me, that is an instant purchase. Over here, no speed, I don't bother. So you check all these mods. Now, I want you to comment in the comments down below, guys. Tell me you are not going to ever spend your credits or fleet credits on grey mods. Tell me. Don't waste your currency on a grey mod. I don't care if it's got crit damage on the primary, on the triangle. You don't buy it. It's a waste of money. It's a trap. Okay, so we got another gold over here. However, the only good secondary there is really offense and crit chance, and I just wouldn't look to roll something like that. Okay, so apart from mod challenges and the mod store, you can also get mods from various events. Now, these mythic events will drop mod sets, and there are a few other events that come and go that will also drop you various mods as you complete the different tiers. However, they come and go and you can't really rely on them. Your most reliable way of farming mods is always going to be mod challenges. So if that covers how we farm individual mods, the next part would be which mods do we choose to level up, which mods do we choose to slice. Now, if I was to go in, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to farm some speed mods, because you'll always need speed mods. We got 5 speed mods here. We have a look, they're all 5 dots. You can get 4 dots from this this tier 3 challenge, but not always the case. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go into our characters and we'll take a look. Is there anything here that is worth rolling or leveling up or slicing or anything like that? So if we just go ahead and filter this by speed set, and we'll find the mods that we just earned. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's no arrows. I know there were a few squares. Take a look. We got 2 squares here. So if you are short on currency and you find yourself in a constant state of credit crunch, then I advise you level up these mods in sets of 3. That will reveal your secondaries one at a time. So that's an offense secondary there, tenacity there, defense there, and then protection. Now, this is not a mod that I would look to take further. This is a speed set. I would be looking for a speed secondary just so that I can take that further and start rolling some additional speed. Now, if we were to instead immediately take this to 15, that would be a waste of an additional 162,000 credits. Now, for some people, that's not a lot, but over time and the volume of mods that you will be farming, you will drain your credits relatively quickly. So I just sell this and we'll recoup 33.8k credits. And let's go back and let's check another mod over here. So again, you could do those 3 rolls at a time if in particular you have a credit crunch situation. I, however, like to just reveal all the secondaries because it saves me some time. Nothing there that I could use, so I'm just going to sell it immediately. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a look through, see if there are any mods that I can find that are worth slicing, and we'll cut to that. Okay guys, so just to give you a for instance, now I know earlier I said I don't roll anything that's got a 3 speed because it's depressing. I'm going to make an exception to the rule here just because I want to do it for the sake of this video. So this is an offense primary on a speed arrow. I love offense primaries on crosses. They're great to get additional damage boost. Everybody benefits from it more or less. And it does have flat offense and speed, so the secondaries are relatively good. Now, if this was like a 5 speed or a 4 speed, that would be fantastic. So let's slice this mod. We get some flat offense, a low roll, unfortunately. Let's try another one. We got some protection. Now, personally, if I was rolling for speed, I would no longer slice this mod. And I'll tell you why. I allow any mod that I am slicing to roll off speed once. If it rolls off speed twice, I stop wasting my slicing material, guys. And I think you should do the same, because at the end of the day, the most speed rolls I could get out of this now is 2 additional speed rolls. The maximum that's going to be is a plus 12, and the minimum that's going to be is a plus 6. Even at plus 12, it's a plus 15 speed mod, and to me, a plus 15 speed mod is just not worth me spending all those credits and all those slicing materials for the chance at maybe hitting it. And I certainly wouldn't take this sort of mod all the way to 6A. So I'm going to stop slicing this sort of mod, and I recommend you take the same approach yourself. Okay guys, so we've got another mod here. This is a mod that would really be a... it's up to you if you think that this is worthwhile rolling. because it is only an 8 speed on the secondary, but we do still have 3 additional chances to roll speed here. Sorry, apologies, 2 additional chances to roll speed here. Now that could be up to, potentially up to 20 speed, which isn't terrible. So let's roll this mod just for instance, and we'll see how it goes. We got a +5 speed there. At 13, that's not terrible now. We could roll another 5 here and get +18 overall. We might even potentially get a 6 speed and get a +19. Or we might get nothing. But this is the sort of mod that you should probably look at thinking, maybe do I roll this? So we'll roll it, and we got another +5. Now a +18 speed on a speed set really is not terrible, guys. It's not terrible at all, and we could always potentially look at taking this one further by taking it into 6D and beyond. Now, it's not, I wouldn't call this a high priority for 6D to 6A modding, just because the additional secondary stats are not that great. Defense and defense is not something that I'd probably look. Crit chance is okay. So we'll leave this mod just here. Just moved my camera up a little bit so you can actually see the rolls here. Now, this one has both offense percentage and crit chance. That's 2 secondaries that are very good. And it still has, as before, that 8 roll on speed. So let's see, do we get any rolls here? Crit chance, not great. Now normally I would say don't roll any further because it's rolled off speed more than once. However, the secondaries are still useful. If we can get a decent purchase on the number of speed rolls, it could be a potentially good mod to take further. Offense percentage, apologies. It's still not a terrible mod, but at this point I would call this a low priority to slice further. If we were looking at mods that we would take to 6D and beyond, I would rather have a mod that already has rolled quite a bit of speed. I'm talking 4 rolls at a minimum. That way I know that if I do take it to 6D and it doesn't hit that last speed, it's still got good speed secondaries, but it will also potentially have a nice bit of offense or a nice bit of crit chance. This one is a low priority for me. Okay guys, so if we were going to look into mods that I believe would be good to take into 6D and beyond, I would really look for those mod sets and those mods that have very good synergy with all their secondary stats. So take a look at this mod here. This is one that I deemed worthy to take all the way over to 6A. Now as you can see, it's got speed, percentage offense, flat offense, and crit chance. All of these are beneficial secondary stats. It's on a crit chance set. Very good mod overall. It rolled 4 times on speed and 4 times on offense. This is a perfect candidate for a mod that you'd like to take into 6A, okay? Because any of those rolls are not a bad roll. However, I will say that when I started rolling this, it did have 3 rolls on speed and 3 rolls on offense percentage. So it was already stacked in my favor with the best secondary stats that I consider out of that mod. Others that I'm looking to take further are the same sort of mods. Those that have got offense percentage, crit chance, and speed. This one can still get another roll of speed, for example, and it's got lots of leg room to give good boosts to secondary stats if it doesn't hit that speed. So look for mods like this, guys. Another one that I really think is really good is this one here. It is on a crit damage set, and it's got all of the good rolls here. Speed, offense percentage, and crit chance. These are the kind of mods that I really like to focus on. Look for these sorts of mods in your mod sets. These are the kind of things that you really want to take further, guys. Now, there are exceptions. There are exceptions to the mods that you would like to take further to 6D and beyond, and that's going to be those with the perfect synergy. Maybe you have got characters such as Nest, for example, that would benefit from high tenacity, as well as perhaps high defense, offense percentage. These are the sort of things that you've got to keep an eye out for. Don't just take a mod with low rolls of speed and secondaries like tenacity, flat defense, and I don't know, percentage defense, if you're looking to apply it to a character that is a speed focused character. Make sure you save those very rare and precious mod slicing materials that you get from the Galactic Challenges and spend it on the mods with the highest probability of giving you the benefit. I always say, and I want to drill this home, guys, focus on increasing your speed first. Most characters need a lot of speed, and it's always going to be in high demand. Make those your priority, and then when you are building towards individual characters and individual teams, then focus on those more niche mods that you really got to keep an eye out for. So take that into consideration when you're slicing and rolling your mod. Now, I think, guys, that's going to about do it for this one. It has been going on a little bit long, not too long, and I hope it has actually given you just a little bit of benefit. Now, the last thing I will actually say, bonus tip. This is going to be highly dependent on your crystal income and your current farming priorities. However, if you are in a position in which you can refresh your mod energy, please do so. Go through all these 50 crystal refreshes. Probably don't do the 100 crystal refreshes, it gets very expensive at that point. And just farm your mods and your mod slicing mats. Just go through it, character at a time, team at a time. Put a focus on farming your speed first, and then keep an eye out for those niche mods to upgrade later on. I can't actually go through it right now, so I've just spent all my crystals gearing up Jedi Master Luke. Now, I hope this video is very useful to you guys. If it was useful to you, please hit that like button, and do check me out on my social media. There's links to my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord in the description down below. Please come follow me, have a chat with me on Discord. I'm available 9 times out of 10. And yeah, I think that'll about do it, guys. Peace out.
Giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.